Welcome to My Yard is My Garage. I'm Bishop. My yard is my garage. And yeah, this is where I do all my work. So today we have our 1969 Charger project that I think, stay with me, I think we're going to do some welding today. So it is wet. It is raining. It is cold. It is awful. This is not the weather that I want to do this in, but I need to get this done. So, let's just get this done and get this torsion bar box just behind us. Here are the patches that we're going to be using on our inner rocker panels. And then the torsion bar is going to weld to these. We got to get these cleaned up. And when you're working with welding, you want to make sure that both of your surfaces are clean. We're going to remove all the dirt, all the paint, all the oils. We use some brake cleaner on it, make sure it's really clean. And then safely, we will also then weld it in place and bring you along for that. So let's get to it. And so we're really clean on our edges, our holes, where we're going to weld. Let's go ahead and clean this off with a little bit of brake clean and we'll be good to go. With our patches, let me kind of give you an idea of what we're going to do. So we'll take one of these patches. We're going to slide it in right behind the brace. We're going to weld it on top. We're going to clamp it down below and we're going to weld it to the back side along the inside of the rocker so it's really firm. We'll tack it along the edges and kind of seal it all in. Then at that point we will go ahead and do the weld of the torsion bar box itself against that. So let's go ahead and look over here and see how we're going to do on the passenger side. It'll tell you the PSI of what you have sitting left in the bottle so you know when you're really low. And this gauge shows you how much liters per second or cubic feet per minute that you're pushing through your welder to help create that envelope around your weld to keep out all the oxygen impurities. So it just threads here into the top. There we go, just snug it. So that 120 cable, it plugs in here, it twist locks in here. Our gas, just the same on here, the other end of your gauges. Just give it one snug with the crescent and you're good. Let's move to the front. All right, on the front of our Vulcan here, we've got an LCD panel that'll tell us all the things that we need to know, or we tell it the things that it needs to know, so it can adjust all of the speeds and feeds to what we need it to be. All right, so let's turn it on. Takes it just a couple of minutes to warm up. Now, we're working on 120 volts, so there is what they call like a working load. So out of 10 minutes, you can use it for, say, like 4 minutes before you got to let this thing cool down, because it can get pretty hot, because it's got electronics in there that are building up all of the power of the sun to melt that steel that you're feeding through it. So, voltage setting. Ah, here we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to choose MIG steel. And we're using a 75-25 mix, 75 argon, 25 CO2. That's what's in our tank. Now the diameter, we're going to want to change. The diameter of wire we're using is 30 hundredths or 30 thousandths. Thickness here, yep, 18 gauge. That's pretty much your standard steel that's on the charger here. So I think we're good here. We'll just hit the button to confirm. Yep, there we go. Diameter of our wire. Okay, so we've used our settings to set our wire thickness at 30 thousandths and our steel at 18 gauge. Let's go ahead and hook up a good ground and turn our gas on. All right, so with gas, turn it all the way on. All the way. See, we got 2,000 PSI in there. That's why you want to anchor these down. You don't want them to fall over because they will be a torpedo. And yeah, that'll kill somebody or go through a concrete wall. All right, so here, you can see our setting. We want to adjust this. So it's between 20 and 30. So we're going to go for 25. That's about in the middle there. And we'll see how that works. We'll keep an eye on this. There is a point where you're not supposed to go beyond, I think that's like 300 PSI that's sitting in the tank. We'll take a look at that. All right, we got our plate in place. I'm going to go ahead and take our ground. I'm going to attach that to where I've cleaned off our patch below. Now I need to get gloves. Let's do this. So with our weld tip here, since this is live, be very, very careful with yourself. You want about a 1/4 inch of this hanging out. See, it's a little bent. All right, we're good. It's always good to have a place to put your gun where it is insulated from the ground and any steel, especially when it's cooling off. Excuse me. I just put mine on a board next to my project. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to tack a couple of these holes down. Then I'm going to hammer it flat, make sure we're good and solid. And then I'll fill in the other holes. Alrighty, we're done. We have our torsion bar bracket box in both sides. Went ahead and filled in the welds down in here, spot welds. Those two there at the front I will need to do a little hammering on, but hey, we are done. Time to celebrate. Whew. Oh man, well, we are done. So the torsion bar bracket box thing is in, it's welded, it's anchored to the front frames, to the side frames, to the floor, well, parts of the floor that are in there. I still have to do the driver's floor. Yeah. But thanks for coming along on this one. This is our 1969 Charger project, and I'm standing out here in the dark. So this is my yard is my garage. I'm Bishop, and if you like what you see, go ahead and give me a like. And if you want to see more of this stuff, click subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I throw up new content. And I thank you once again for your comments, sticking with me on this project. I know it's small little steps, but hey, it's still kind of winterish and wet and ugly and nasty, and crawling under the car in my yard is not fun. So maybe we'll remedy that someday. All right. Take care. Thanks again. We'll see you. Bye. Okay, B, let's do this. This is a special time. Happy birthday, I'm going to say. Pull up here. All right, so just want to say thanks to my brother Bob. Thanks, man. And we've got a lot more miles coming ahead of us, a lot of adventures, so let's just watch this one tick by. Look at that. All right, me. Teamwork and fun. Hey, let's get pulled over here and celebrate that. Cheers, B. All right, to you, B. All right, thanks, my brother. Oh, I guess I don't have a hat on. Well, it's pouring on me, too. We shared a toast on this special time. Some might think that's weird. Some might think that's a bond. I think it's a bond. Love you, brother, and appreciate all that you've done for me.